So getting a little bit more done on this Roadrunner project here. I've got the CO2 cylinder now hooked up. I got the line hooked in there, and I just got it sitting here just with a return spring just so that I can test it and show you how this is going to work. It'd be better, I guess, if I had the blower and stuff on there with the linkage and everything hooked up, but this will kind of give you an idea of how it works. And I'll open the tank here. That's all I did was just tee in here before the regulator so that it's straight out of this regulator, which regulates the pressure to this regulator. But this regulator here just regulates the shift pressure, and then this one here regulates the trans brake pressure, which is a little bit higher, which is what I want for the CO2 cylinder. So open this up. No leaks, hopefully. I got new line. I'm going to replace all the line in this thing. Everything is kind of old. So I'll see if I can get the steering wheel off here so that I can show you how this works. Oh. Okay, so here's the trans brake button. So we push that, and that releases it. And I'll release the trans brake, and then the delay box will count down whatever I have in there. I think it's like 1.5 seconds or something. And then it should snap the throttle closed again. And that loud bang, that's the trans brake. So you know there's pressure there. So we hit the brake, and his foot will be to the floor, but the throttle will only be open like a couple of thou, just to get the RPM up a little bit on the converter. Then as soon as he lets go of the trans brake, that thing is going to open the throttle wide open. Bang, she's open. So that's how it's going to work. So I've also got the burst plate in here, and that's got to go right here. So we got to drill some holes and hog it out. And I guess we're going to have to make some kind of a gasket for this too, because we want to make sure that's sealed. It didn't come with a gasket, so that's not a big deal. That's all I've done. So wiring is almost done. I'm still waiting for the extension cable for the grid to run up to the mag. And we got ordered the race pack digital dash for this too, so we're going to get rid of all those mechanical gauges, and we're going to have the race pack dash in there so we can get rid of that monster tack, because the dash has a shift light in it and it's got the tack in it already and everything, so it's just going to clean everything up. Might be some fabricating involved in putting the dash in, but that shouldn't be too difficult. And then I've got the button here. This is a record button, and it'll show record in that dash, so when the driver is ready to go, that's all he has to do is push that button, look for the record light, and he's ready to go. And then at the end of the run, he just pushes the button again. So then we just grab the SD card out of the logger, stick it into the computer, and then we can review the run on the computer. I should close this. Yeah, it's getting closer, so now I'm just waiting for some stuff and get the manifold all figured out there, and then she should be almost ready to fire up. So. Well, doing a little more mock-up on this Roadrunner blower motor here. I got the burst panel in. The machine shop machined the surface flat for me and tapped the holes. But the problem was that burst panel, it couldn't sit any lower than that, or it would uncover the bottom of the gasket here. It's already sitting down over 1/4 inch, and there's really not much room for a gasket in there, so it sits up about 1/4 inch, or very close to that. And right now I have 1/4 inch spacers between the blower and the manifold, and it just clears. So I'm going to have to get a spacer made a 1/4-inch spacer made to sit under the blower, and then I'll have to get longer blower studs. So that kind of sucks, but I was hoping it would clear there, but obviously it doesn't. So that's one problem I ran into. Oh, I got the fuel tank all welded up now. She's notched out. I just splashed some paint on there. The other thing is I'm still waiting for the spacers for this, but he said he would have those done shortly. So now I'm just working on extending this motor plate to come out to this hole here. So I think I'm just going to weld a piece in there. I got a piece of 1/4-inch plate. I'm just going to cut it out and fit it in there. Well, I got the blower straps mocked up here. I'm just going to sit like that. That shouldn't be a problem. It might interfere a little bit with this throttle linkage. I set it up on the highest header bolt hole there, and it should be okay. It should be enough room to, you know, it can give a little bit. Plus the wind going down track is going to be blowing this thing back. Yeah, so that really sucks. I was hoping to get that all bolted up. The belt will still work, even though it's 1/4-inch higher. It'll still be fine there. So that's what I'm up to. Now the wiring's almost done. Just got to wire in the ignition switch. A few little things. Tie it up neatly and should be good to go. But I got my new welder finally. So she's a Miller Dynasty 200 with a water-cooled torch, or liquid-cooled torch. And been practicing a little bit. You can see how nice it welds. I got to figure out a way to set it so that when I release the pedal, it doesn't leave a crater like that. I'm sure there's a way to set it so that it eases off on the amperage when I let off. So yeah, so now I'm just going to make a motor plate, and then I'll get a spacer made for that manifold. I think there's somebody around here that has a plasma table or a water jet or something that I can just make a gasket, and then they can just copy the gasket. So that's the plan.